Parallel Frequencies with Just Blane and Coco, and we are actually not in studio today. We are in our local coffee shop, Land of a Thousand Hills. I love this spot.
Better.
So cozy.
I know. You guys just love hanging out here with us. We're just chilling, working.
Honestly, like, this is what we're gonna do for now. Here, we're gonna just bring a chair. So if anybody out there, if anybody freaks out there want to come sit with us, have coffee, and talk movies, we can do that. And today, Feature Friday, where we break down some, whatever we want, really. But
whatever we want. Big old question mark, whatever.
But what I love about Feature Friday is it's the weekend.
I know. Are you guys excited?
I am, because you know what happens this weekend? And it happened today. Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Requiem came out.
Yep.
And that's my favorite video game franchise probably ever. I'm already a couple hours deep. That's why I look tired. I was up past midnight playing it.
I'm back.
But I can't wait. I can't wait to get the kids to bed. Maybe I can get them to sleep at about 8 o'clock Friday night and then wake up Monday morning when school starts. No, we won't do that. But I'm so hyped about this. I didn't sleep.
Like, you're dreaming. If you think that's gonna happen, you'd be lucky.
That never happens.
Yeah.
Today though, Feature Friday, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a fun one for the freaks, and I don't know if everybody out there has seen it, but
oh my gosh.
today we're heading to the desert. And I ain't talking about Vegas desert or the Coachella desert. I'm talking about this desert out there where your phone has no bars and neither do you. There's no bars out anywhere.
Nope. There's nothing. Trust me, I've driven through Nevada enough times in my life to know that you have to be somebody very special to live out there. Special kind of person, because I have driven through Nevada. You probably have too.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. There's a lot of country there that
open
is
space, desert.
You could get real lost. And the movie we're talking about is Horror in the High Desert. You turned me on to this. I had seen this movie.
Wait, we have to say, if you haven't seen it yet and you're just tuning in to watch, pause and watch.
Yes.
And go into it thinking this is a real documentary, because if you think that it is, like I did when I saw it.
Yeah, I mean.
Everybody who turned me on to it was like, this is a documentary, you gotta watch this. And I was like,
I think that's why I didn't watch it, because I've seen this movie for years. Seen the
popping up.
Yeah, on Prime and everywhere else. And I'm like, I don't want to watch a documentary. It's too boring. But this one, if you have seen it, you already know. Yeah. You already know what this is.
Yeah, you figure it out.
But this movie does not kick your door down. It waits. It did feel like it kind of let you walk into the dark by yourself, right? Like it's out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I gotta ask, Coco, what is it about these found footage films that get under our skin so much? Like, we've seen it 100 times. When it's done right, though, it feels illegal to watch something like this. Like, it feels
like I can't believe that I'm actually getting a peek into somebody's life.
Yeah.
Or it feels really intimate. It feels really vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you feel first person fear. Like you're watching the camera show what it would be like to be in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, too, we're going to talk about 1 and 2, with a flashlight, and all you see revealing to you little by little is just the flashlight reflecting off the sagebrush.
Yeah.
I was lost. Immediately I'm lost. I'm like, whoa, where are we? What's going on?
Yeah.
And you can't see past the next sagebrush, the next thing. It's just darkness.
I think that's part of it. That's part of the scariness of this film. And let's talk about this film, because the setup it is a documentary, and it feels real. It plays like a true crime documentary. Talking heads, interviews, maps, still photos, calm, procedural energy. There's a man named Gary Hinge who disappears in the Nevada desert after claiming he found something out there. And that's where you're not sure. You're still watching this and you're thinking it's a documentary. I'm gonna tell you the first tip where I knew it was a mockumentary.
Yeah, I wanna know.
And it's just me being me, but it's when they bring the journalist in, and she says she worked for a radio station called whatever the call letters were. I was like, that's not a real. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, well,
see, most people wouldn't catch that.
I caught that early on, so I was like, is this? But I was still questioning. I'm like, is this thing real? And it was based off of a true story.
Yes.
Kind of. Similar.
Similar story.
You got the guy's name? What was his name?
Kenny Veach.
There you go.
Was out, same thing, was like a YouTube vlogger, showed survivalist skills, was out in the Nevada desert. He had claimed to come upon a cave.
Yeah.
Not a little hut like they show in this movie. But he was like, oh, this was just a weird cave. It just gave me a weird feeling. He said something about a buzzing feeling.
Ooh.
And if you know anything about energy, which I do.
Yeah.
And I think all of you do too, whether you admit it or not, you feel things. If you're sensitive to that and you just pay attention to what's going on in your body, your intuition, what your gut is telling you, you can go into certain spaces and you just feel off.
Yeah.
You know that? Like it just feels like something either happened here or there is some kind of vortex of energy happening and you get either, extremely tired, or like that buzzing feeling where you're just like energized. And he claimed to have found this cave, but he didn't get any footage of it. So he said, I'll go back and find it. And he went missing.
Yeah.
So it caused a lot of YouTube followers and people to be like, oh, let's go try to find this cave. And they were all out there. Obviously authorities had to be like, whoa, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't go out in the Nevada desert. That's not a good idea.
Because this is the high desert. And let's get that correct. Because the high desert is not the same. This is like, not somewhere normal people go, and they make sure to tell you that. I love how this movie takes its time. It builds the credibility, like I said, with the interviews and all this.
Yep.
It earns your trust, is what it's doing.
Absolutely.
And you start thinking, okay, this is real. This does feel real. That's the trick, though. It weaponizes normalcy. There's no soundtrack screaming at you, no flashy editing.
Absolutely.
A lot of this stuff is just space. Like, he gets to breathe. You see the camera footage of, like you said, the light reflecting off the bushes, and those are not cut to where you just see what you're supposed to see. You've got to sit and watch minutes and minutes and minutes of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, what am I doing?
Slow drags, lots of silence.
And that's what I'm saying.
It just builds the intensity because you're like, something's gonna happen any second. Like
that
any second.
Space,
sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah. That space that they've created is scary. That's what's making it so damn scary. Mm-hmm. The desert itself is a character in this movie.
Yeah.
In this
for sure.
documentary.
Well, I'd be embarrassed to admit, but I'll just tell you, the coming to find this movie was my parents telling me about it because someone at their work or something told them about it. So you gotta watch this documentary. Well, it's on Amazon Prime
as a documentary.
Documentary. So my parents, pretty sure, watched the entire thing thinking it was a documentary. And my dad was like, this will creep you out. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. My parents are kind of into this kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll totally watch it. So I went into it thinking it was a documentary.
Yeah?
100%, until I think it was the very last scene. It was when they started showing it or him or whatever you want to call it. The thing that we're all scared of. When it showed it, I think that was the first time I went, wait a minute, I don't know about this. And that's when I started Googling. And I was like, wait, what? Is this real? No. And I was shocked that it wasn't real because, for example, Tonya Williams Ogden plays Beverly, Gary's sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody give her an award.
Yeah.
I was bought in. The interviews with the people were so realistic, just like you would expect to see in a documentary. Their answers to questions, their cadence of speaking, everything was so natural. I absolutely 100% bought that it was real.
I mean, there's been other mockumentaries out there before.
Yeah,
this
but
isn't
they're pretty
first.
mockumentary, right? They mock a documentary. So you kind of get like, oh, it's funny. Because
what is it, Best in Show? Was that a mockumentary? There's
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap 2 now. Sequel, but this is not the same type. I mean, you're sure those are comedy.
Yeah.
And this
so it's very clear.
Yeah, but this is more of a horror movie. It's hard to describe what this movie actually is. And Gary Hinge, he didn't go out in the movie here and find a cave. He found like a
hut.
What is this thing? It's awful. Look, it's
hermit's hut.
And you're thinking,
what it looks like.
You're thinking like somebody lives in here and nobody should be living out here anywhere where they're at. And that's what he goes back to find.
Yeah.
And you can tell this guy, is he not one of the nicest? He's one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
He's like this sweet, calm, innocent sweetheart, knows how to survive in any conditions. He's a badass, really.
Yeah.
He's a quiet badass.
Probably a little bit on the spectrum in the best way, because he's got these skill sets and these niches. He's really into trains. There's certain things that just kind of hint at, he's probably a little bit of a loner in society, but he's extremely skilled and smart.
He kind of reminded me of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, except for not quite as eccentric.
Not as scientific,
I don't think,
maybe.
There you go. I think the scientific part for him was the survival.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in him and a Sheldon, but they had the same...
hyperfixation on that one topic,
But let's talk about when he does go to this desert, because like I said, it is a character. It's ancient, doesn't care about you, doesn't care about anybody out there. It doesn't care about your GoPro, doesn't care about any of his cameras. There's something deeply unsettling about wide open spaces and not knowing what's
really out there.
Past the sagebrush or past the next hill, because that's when you can really feel terror, not knowing, and the unknown. There's nowhere to hide also.
Yeah.
And the fact that whoever is in this cabin looking thing, they're equipped. They know what they're doing out there. And they know, that's the thing. You don't know where you are in all this.
Yeah.
When you're
it's disorienting.
In the first person view of Gary Hinge, you're looking, like she said earlier, you see the reflection of those flashlights and all this. You don't know where you are, but guess what? Whoever is doing whatever, they know where they're at. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's even more scary, because you're like, oh, you can feel the skin crawl.
Around any tree. They could be like right behind you. You would never know it. That kind of feeling. And I think they did a really good job of amplifying that even more in the second movie.
Yes, they did Minerva.
Watching the second one, I was like, how could they top it? And they did.
With
100%.
What'd you like about that? With the Minerva?
Well, and this, freaks out there will know. When it comes to horror movies, less is more, in my opinion, right? Seeing the creature, seeing the thing, seeing it kind of takes away a little bit of the fear. So you're like, I saw it, so therefore I know what I'm facing now, and the fear kind of lessens a little bit.
Yeah.
So in the first one, like I said, I knew when we saw him, when we saw it, it was a little bit like, oh. Which before that, I will say, with the eerie singing noises and things, I was like I was like biting my pillow, like trying not to close my eyes.
Yep.
But then when I saw him, I was like, oh, okay.
Like, what is this?
It's a little bit less. But I think they did a better job in the second one of not showing you it. It was so much more elusive, like the headlights of the car, and you just see the shadow of it. Or you saw something pull away from the glass.
Yeah.
But you couldn't see what it was. You just saw kind of a shape, or like a ghostly, almost ethereal figure that just kind of whoosh. And you never catch that glimpse.
I think also in part two, they even let the scenes breathe a little more. Like some of the stuff inside the trailer with Minerva.
Built. Yeah.
And that she's recording, and some of the videos that she's sending with her sister. And I love that kind of stuff. Because they did let it breathe, and it wasn't just like jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. It's like, as a filmmaker, they're saying, let me make you watch this and pay attention to the details.
And I did.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
Paying attention to every black shadow as this camera, this found footage in the tape that we're watching, it's scanning that basement with all the stuff in it, but there's these dark spaces again that you don't know what's back there, and you're like honed in. What is in there?
Once again, it's the unknown. And here's the thing, this is why this movie really works, both of them. Actually, there's 4 of these movies. I've seen 1, 2, and 4.
More fun to be had.
Number 3 was still costing money, so I had to wait on that one. But I've seen 1, 2, and 4, and they're all great, but they understand that fear is anticipation.
Yes.
And it's building up. It doesn't show you the monster, like Coco said. Shows you the possibility of the monster. Taps into something primal.
Yeah.
And that's
the paintings in the second one, showing those, just tapping into the psyche of like what we all fear. Those paintings were chef's kiss.
Here's the thing about that, because we're wired to fear what we don't understand. And that's what the paintings, all of this was stuff that people didn't understand. Stuff you can't fully see.
Yeah.
Think about it being a kid, when you're a kid in a dark room. Closet's not scary unless you saw something.
Yeah. Or like the
Underneath
shape
the
of
bed,
your sweater hanging on the doorknob might look like a human figure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the fireman feeling around in the dark, that part was just tops.
And actually, as a kid, like the closet it's not scary because you did see something. It's scary because you didn't.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie is. 90 minutes is being in the closet.
It's exactly
A dark
it.
closet.
Yeah. Not knowing what's
Not
in there with you.
And that's where it's fun. Is it supernatural? Is it something worse? That's where it's kind of fun to me. That's where this movie's fun, is trying to guess. I even texted you when I was watching. I was like, oh, I hope it's witches. You remember that? I was like, I hope it's witches.
Yeah.
But you don't really find out. Well, you do kind of later on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but even like it doesn't answer all of the questions.
No.
It in the second movie with all of this found footage, these tapes that they find in the canvas bag, and they're kind of running through those. Someone is running those videos. Some person who is pointing a gun at one of the victims and leading her into the woods. You get this idea that he's kind of treating these creatures in the woods or in the desert like a pet.
Yeah,
but we don't know who that guy is. Who is that? Who's running? Whose hand is it that pulls up and pulls that string to turn on the light in the basement? We don't find out.
Unless it's in part 3 and we haven't seen that because it costs money.
Yeah.
So maybe it is.
Stay tuned for part 3.
If the freaks out there seen part 3, let us know if it's in there. I've seen part 4, it's not in that.
Yeah.
But this is like a guessing game the whole way through. You're like, is this some cult? Is this some inbred like we've seen in The Hills Have Eyes?
That's my theory. My theory, because that comes back to my favorite X-Files episode that was banned from television after it aired, was the incest episode, where it was like families of people living out in backwoods, or and they basically inbred individuals who have learned to survive out there in the desert. That's my guess. They're so equipped to be out there,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
the movements of some of the images as you see them like walking, and you get this impression that they're not physically
they deformed a little bit or something. Something's going on, and that's probably from inbred. But like we've seen in The Hills Have Eyes and types of movies like that, that's what I pictured. But I did hope it was witches. Let's also give some credit where credit is due here. It's an indie film with a damn near no budget.
Yeah.
And you can see it's no budget in this movie. Like you can tell, like there's no production.
It's perfectly messy. I love that. I love that the found footage is really noisy and clunky.
It's found.
It really does feel like some amateur person just running a camera and kind of dropping the camera.
Yeah. Actually, exactly that. But it really showed that you don't need money to scare people. You need restraint.
Yeah.
A lot of filmmakers out there making horror movies are giving too much. They're putting too many jump scares and too much of this and that.
You don't need it.
You don't need it. You could, like you said, less is more. And the more you restrain yourself as a filmmaker, you can make these scarier movies.
I still think
A24 is great about that.
These Horror of the High Desert series, I will say, probably one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. And best found footage. I'm going to just say it. I think of all the found footage, anything that I've ever seen, these are the top.
Freaks. What's the best found footage movie out there? I want somebody out there to tell
me if there's a better one.
Fill the comments up, because I'm a huge fan of found footage movies.
Yeah.
All the way back to the Blair Witch Project, of course. Yeah. But I guarantee you there's thousands of these movies out here. I've seen a ton, and I can't say Horror in the High Desert's my favorite, because I probably would, and then be like, oh, but what about this? What about that?
Others, yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
I mean, but this one really...
I want to see what competes. So if there's something that competes with it, I'd love to know, because that means I need to be watching it.
Yeah. This movie, 4 of them, really did stand out. And even that first movie, the final footage that we see, that final sequence, simple. There's nothing crazy going on. There's no special thing. There's none of that going on.
It's enough.
But it lingers and it sticks with you. And if you watched it alone and at night, you probably checked the windows and you probably were looking around.
I was watching it the entire time like this.
I watched this in a hotel room. I remember I was in a hotel and I was wrapped up and bolted the doors up and everything. I'm like, no, man, this is not.
You didn't have anybody with you.
No.
Where I have my husband and I was like, can you just tell me what's happening? I'm like, you're not eyes on it. Can you just describe it to me so I know something's happening, but I don't have to actually see it?
I also love these types of movies right here because a movie like Horror in the High Desert is going to be, there's going to be people out here watching right now, probably not the freaks, might be somebody else, but they're going to be watching and be like, this movie's awful, nothing happened. And the other half of people out there, the freaks, will be like, I couldn't sleep. But I love when they get that polarization in a movie because it's hard to see, it's hard to think about. How can that same movie spark those two different feelings? And fear is personal, is where it really comes down to. And what scares you may not scare somebody else. And if nothing happened to you, it could have been a whole lot of stuff that happened to somebody else. And it's happening inside your mind. Some of you listening right now are like, Just Blane, this movie was too slow. And others are nodding their head. They're like, yeah, that ending wrecked me. Both reactions valid. That's what's cool about it. If you hated this movie, you're allowed to hate it. If you loved it, you're allowed to love it. That's what makes this community fun. That's what makes the freaks out there fun for us.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that maybe I'm saying that I think this is the best horror movie because it tapped into what I fear more.
There you go.
I mean, if it was alien abduction.
Not so much, huh?
Not so much. Like, I'd be like, oh, this is interesting and fun, but I wouldn't be like, this is like making me stay awake at night.
I'm gonna tell you, there's some great found footage alien Area 51 films out there. There's one called Area 52, I think. Like,
I'm sure it's great. It may not tap into my fear as much, but these like ghostly images in the high desert like that, and the way that was portrayed with the flashlights and the
yeah.
I'm still getting chills about the firemen feeling around in the dark.
Oh, man.
And there's this just image. You can barely see it, but you're like, there's something there at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
And we know it's not natural. Like, it's something there. And that really taps into what I'm afraid to see in the dark.
What's there?
An image.
Or what's not there? Oh. What's
like
not there?
Barely an image of what?
Is that what we're afraid of? The dark is what we can't see?
Yeah.
I think it is. It's got to be, right?
The more I can't see it, the more scared I am. Maybe.
Let's ask the freaks out there.
I want to know.
I want to know that first. I want to know what really does scare you about the dark. But also, let's talk about Horror in the High Desert. Did the ending work for you? Did you feel the tension? Did you feel the dread that we're talking about? Would you go out there alone and chase a story like that? If you were a YouTuber, my YouTubers out there right now.
Yeah.
Would you go chase a story like this if you knew something weird was out there? Because Gary didn't want to go, but they forced him. And that's part of it too, is the peer pressure from these people who turned on him. If the freaks ever turn on me, I'm coming after. No, I get it.
No, my life is not worth that. Like,
no.
I think that that kind of goes back to our discussion about Deadstream when we talked about that movie a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And how he was willing to stay in a haunted house that's clearly terrifying and clearly possessed with some demon. But she's like, you've got more views than you've ever had.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, we'll go with it. I mean, Gary, I think his motives were a little more pure.
They were.
In proving himself as a survivalist out in the desert, but
they definitely were, because he had people that didn't even know how many followers he had, and the guy in Deadstream would have told you, this amount of you could see the difference.
Yeah, and he wasn't the one telling his family and friends that he had a channel where he was teaching people survival skills.
Yeah.
And this was just, again, found footage after he went missing, but he goes back out there because of comments and things that people left, which were like, you're weak, you're a coward if you don't go find it. Like, and maybe that was maybe a little less believable for his character to be like, okay, I guess I'll go back out there.
I mean, I guess, but we haven't had that online bullying.
Yeah, I haven't had that experience before, but
I mean,
I'd like to think that I could be like, screw you guys.
It'd be hard to. It's hard
The
to.
public has turned on me. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get canceled at some point. We can wait our turn. We'll get canceled at some point, and you guys can fire at us. Let me tell you why I love this movie, and it helps me love this genre of movies. Is because it's not about the gore. It's vulnerability. Being small in a big world is what is going on here. We all feel this sometimes. The desert isn't. It's just a metaphor. Like life gets quiet. You think you're chasing something meaningful, okay? Just like Gary. We all do this.
Yeah.
And suddenly you realize you've went further than you meant to go.
Yeah.
And you might have got lost. I think that's relatable. That's human.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can all go through, whether it's chasing the supernatural or whatever this is in the high desert, or if it's just in
nature.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about Kenny Veach, the original guy who this really happened to. It's kind of like arrogance versus nature.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really feel like as humans we can dominate nature, or do we feel like we're really respecting it when we can go out there and not pass into the territory of nothing bad will happen to me because I'm so smart and I'm so strong and I'm so, and nature has a way of cutting you down.
Yeah, it does, absolutely.
It. So it doesn't have to be a scary, I don't know, creature of some paranormal thing, but it could be just nature itself being like, you thought you could beat me, but that's ignorance.
What's your final thoughts on this? Have you already had them?
I might have.
Yeah.
I think maybe that was it.
I think that was your final thought. Final thoughts for me. It's not a flashy movie. It's not the loudest. It's quiet, but it's gonna stick with you. And sometimes these are the types of movies that you need to pay attention to. And I think the other movies out there will follow along. I mean, not that they didn't take from other found footage types of movies, but
Sure.
this is gonna actually set a new style, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna see more of these horror in the high desert movies. I think there's gotta be 5 or 6 more of these.
I'm sure.
You couldn't run out of
I'm
these.
excited for it. I'm here for it.
If anything,
So-
they can get out of the high desert and come to the Utah mountains or whatever, because I think that's just as, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, it might be. I'm not one of those ignorant humans who thinks that I can dominate the
No,
wild,
not me,
the
not me
wilderness.
either. Not me either, but let me tell the freaks out there, stay curious, stay skeptical. Don't believe everything you see is a documentary.
Yeah.
And maybe don't go hiking alone with a camera in the Nevada high desert. We'll see you next time.